time speaking, so hope you find it informative, get something out of it. A little bit about me. I've been doing this for 15 years now. I started out taking pictures. You can see it, sunset, storm rolling in, thunderstorms. Grouse moved up, takes pictures. Can I have a copy? Can I have a copy? Can I have a copy? No worries. And then everyone was like, yeah. So I did the course for 3 years. That was portraits on it. Had enough. So I actually finished the course, and while I was working for Dad, and I opened a studio next door to the news agency. It was only small. It was probably about as big as this room. Really cheap rent because it was at the back, so it was off the back strip, and I used a position right in the heart of Melbourne. And so they jacked the rent up, and I said, look, it went up 4 times for about 3 years. And the family started to grow small. They don't go to the rest of the house. Kids are pretty good now. They all understand that when I've got clients that they have to be quiet. It doesn't always happen. But because I'm mainly photographing families, they all understand. And they don't mind. They bring their kids, and generally the kids will go and play together while I'm doing sales, so they're pretty happy.
That's a good way of doing successful sales.
Yeah. I've had clients come around on a late Friday afternoon, and I remember one incident. We normally do fish and chip Fridays or pizza Fridays, and this one afternoon the clients it was quite a big sale. For me at the time, it was $3,500 for the big wall print and an album and some smaller storyboards and stuff. And only because their daughter went and had dinner with my kids.
Yeah.
No, like the big 20 by 40 in the studio. And I shoot for that. I shoot for that one image, and then I work to add images either side of that. So depending on how many's in the family. And as you saw from all that outdoor stuff, it's not structured. I say to the parents, wear loose clothing, that sort of thing. It's going to be very fun, free. You're just going to be playing with the kids. There might be that one shot that we're going to get where I'm just going to go, hey guys, just look this way. But most of it's just a connection between the family, having fun, and just enjoying themselves.
Do you tell them to bring the kite or a balloon? Do you make those suggestions?
They've seen those photos. So that kite one was probably one of the first where they just bought it on the day, and I was like, wicked, let's run with it.
That looks awesome.
The kids, I set them up just running with the kite. There was that particular family was 3 families, so I photographed their wedding, that particular family, that couple. So when I'd photographed that wedding, so there's her, generally used a lot of props. I just say, if you guys like to hang out, like the one that you saw where they were playing cricket, the 2 little boys, that's all they did, they played cricket. So I'm like, this is going to look wicked. They've got a massive 20 by 40 of that up on their wall.
What do you sell the 20 by 40 for at the moment?
At the moment, that is $14.95. There's the backdrop frame, and on the other wall is where the office is set up. So there's a row of desks, or 2 desks with 2 computers. And so yeah, we walk in, and all of the artwork is on 2 of the walls. So the backdrops cover one of the row of artwork when we're shooting. So yeah, people are coming in, they're seeing all the artwork, the product's there. So when they come in, they're seeing it before they've even seen the slideshow. They're like, oh wow, that's really cool. The 3 styles of photography, the portrait styles that I do Vogue, Contemporary, and Masterpiece. So Vogue is black and whites in the studio. So I'll either get the clients to dress up all in black and shoot on a black backdrop, so that you would have seen a couple of those images in there, where it's just all focus is on faces and expressions. or white, white on white, high key. The Contempo stuff is the outdoor location, and then the masterpiece is individual portraits, just face studies pretty much. So all of those are square images, whole and solely focused on eyes and the expression. It's hard to do because most of them are for the kids, so I find that age bracket between 2 years and maybe 5 years is that ideal market for those type of portraits. Kids are just cute at that age, you know. Just the eyes tell everything. They might not even be smiling, but you've just got that expression. So they're the three styles, and anytime someone rings to have their portraits, I always go, so what are you looking for? Are you looking for something in the studio? Are you looking for something outdoors? Who is it of? Is it an individual? Is it a whole family? Is there multiple families? And then I go like the style. Yeah, but those are on display only in canvas in the studio, and people love them. So yeah, they're different products for the different styles of the photography as well.
What made you choose canvas for those?
I just found that the images look textural, so I wanted that texture on top of that. I lost it in the print. The print just couldn't bring out the texture, and then you put glass over it and it loses everything. So I have found a new product through Celdex again that could bring that back, and it could work in a print. It's called the Deckled Edge Art. They do an art paper print and they tear the edges. That could possibly, and they're yelling out the names. By the time that whole interaction is finished, you've got the image. It's not just about sitting, hey, look at me, smile. I hate it. It's not.
Plus then you can profile them and you can use that to your advantage to get out of them what you want to get out of them.
I pose a lot of questions to my clients. I ask a lot of questions, and I get them to ask. But as I'm asking, they're responding. So there's I've got a list of questions that I just run through, and by the end of it, we've got everything. So working with them, and basically by asking them the questions, it's their story. It's their story. When they come to see the photos, they actually remember the question. They're like, oh, that's right. As I remember taking that one, it was who's most likely. Actually, as I'm going through with them and they're deciding their images, I said, where would you put it? Where do you think you'd put this? Would you put it in the lounge room? Would you put it in your bedroom? Is this a rumpus? Family room? Where in the house did you want to display your photos? Are you wanting something that everyone's going to see in your family kitchen area? Or is it going to be safe on either side for it to sit into a wall? Or it's going to sit nicely on a big space. Family, it's a family of 4, they all come full dress. And in the studio, and I took a photo and the dad loved it. That was the one. But he wanted it massive. He wanted it to fill up those two, the 2405. But for the masterpiece, so the headshots, it's the 7200. I want it light. Some people charge for it. I think by including it and just making it, I try and do it as soon as they book. So the closer to the booking time as possible, rather than closer to the wedding. The closer to the booking time means that they've still got 12 months before the wedding. So I do exactly the same presentation as what I do with all my portraits.
Okay.
So for this particular style of shoot, probably about 60 images, depending on the session itself. So you would have seen the paint throwing session. Prior to that paint session, I've done the other session as well, so it's more like 2 sessions in one.
Yep.
The first hour is more, quotes next to the image that best tells that story. So it's a strong connection. They use this at their wedding for all their guests to write their messages. So they get not only do they get the book with all their photos, but they get their messages from their loved ones as well. So, and what most of my clients do is they get a recipe book holder, and they bang it on there, and they sit it there, in the hallway or on a bookshelf for the rest of your life. So that's pretty good. She didn't do the same way. Can get them in different sizes, I believe.
Their own software designing.
For my guest books, I use ProSelect.
So that's to each.
Negative space, so that people can write messages. So I'll insert blank pages. You can't really do that with this software.
Okay.
This is wholly and solely for weddings.
Each spread comes out.
Each spread, so it'll be a 24 by 12. Then I upload them into a book template that I've already made at 24 by 12.
Yeah.
Just drop it in. And I show them just like a slideshow, but then we go page by page. And they might say, look, we're not happy with that page, or it's too many pages for us.
You know, we could go on forever. The other thing is whether you get anyone does any pre-sales of sites. Does anyone do that? Where you give them a discount if they order a certain number of sites. Thank you. You don't realise how good you are. Non-award winning?
One award. One.
I've seen so many images there that are award winning. I'm sure you all have. Just fantastic work. So thanks for coming. It's been great. If there's some advice I can give you, it's very simple. Start changing things without fear. Chase the dream, no excuses. Stop the excuses you're giving me. Just go out and do it. And it's only little things. Change 100 little things in your business, and your business has changed 100%. Little things, bit by bit. Start getting that mindset right, so you can stand proud and say, yes, I have a business, yes, I'm successful, and I'm running it my way, not the customer's way. So thanks for coming. We might do this again sometime. Enjoy.
Pick a different topic.
Yeah, I'm going to buy you a raise or something. Maybe. I'll give you a little hat, bow tie and short sleeves, nice pointy shoes.
There we go.
So we're going to hang around here by 4, then we're going to leave at 4, so please feel free to talk to Mike or myself about anything you like. And thanks again for coming. It's great you came.
Thank you.